Welcome to today's topic, artistic parenting. If you're a parent, you're at the right place. Let's get started with a question. How much time do you get to spend with your children? Is it 2 hours, less than 2 hours, or 4 hours, less than 4 hours, less than 6 hours, less than 8 hours? Ideally, how much time would you like to spend with them? And are you able to get that time? If not, would you like to cut on anything so that you get to spend more time with children? Think over that. Let's get started. Welcome once again. Today we shall focus on artistic parenting. I do not know what to call it, rules or strategies or whatever it is, we have from 1 to 7. So artistic parenting number 1, not rule as such, but then something like that. You name it yourself. So let us call it number 1, the tip maybe. Yeah, artistic parenting tip number 1. When either of the two parties get emotional, observe silence. What do we mean by this? As the picture suggests, the child is really angry and irritated. At that time, when we try to talk to children, what happens? Because of the emotions, neurochemicals are released in the body, and because of that, the reasoning mind in the frontal cortex is like shut down. So at that time, whatever we tell them, no use. It's a waste of energy for us and it's a burden for them. So what we need to do is give them time to settle down, let them relax. And later on, with a cool head, they will be ready to take the information. And on the other hand, if we are angry or irritated, most likely pets or children will be the victims of our emotions. So if we are irritated, then also take time to relax and then with a cool head, give a response. So that is delayed response. So do not respond when you're emotional, simply because either the person who is emotional cannot take, or you yourself are emotional, you cannot give the right message. Why? Because your rational mind isn't working. It is the emotional mind that is working. And most often, emotional mind makes blunders. So rule number 1, observe silence when you are irritated or mad, or when your children is showing some tantrums. So moving on to artistic parenting tip 2, get the alignment right. What do we mean by this? Alignment means here it is with regards to words, facial expression, and body language. For example, if someone shared a good news with you, and if your response is, wow, how did you make it? What was your first reaction to that? That means the person is with you. The person is taking your success as a person's own success, and the person is happy with you and you feel it. On the other hand, you share the same success story to someone else and the person responds as, oh, is it? I'm really happy for you. Really, really, I'm so happy for you. See, the words don't reflect that, nor the body language. So body language is something else, words convey something else, and the facial expression is different. That means alignment is not right. And children, believe me, they are experts in catching the body language. They do not listen to the words, they just go with the body language, because until 10 years or 12 years of age, children's emotional mind is more active. So they take the emotions, and body language conveys most of the emotions even without our knowledge. Mind can mask, body cannot mask. Body cannot mask. So whatever is there inside, it just comes out in the form of body language. So get the alignment right. For that, you need to have your thoughts, feelings, and behavior aligned first. What you think, accordingly you will feel, accordingly you will behave. So sometimes, because most of us have a mask in front of the society, our thinking might be totally wrong, but we put on a nice face. We mask emotions, so children will catch that. So try to get the alignment right, take some time. If there is some inner work to be done, get it done, feel yourself at your best, then it's easy to be a parent. Artistic parenting rule or tip number 3 is listening zone. Yeah. See, we do not want to hear advices. Do you like to hear advice if someone is giving you, lecturing you? I personally don't like. So kids do not like to take advice. And It can be in the form of guidance or correcting them, whatever we might justify. Simply, they do not like advices. So instead, as parents, what we need to give them is a listening zone. We have 2 ears and one mouth, meaning listen twice. 2:1 is the ratio. So give that time for your kids to share anything with you and do not interrupt them in between. No, no, I know what you're up to. I know. Huh? Allow them to finish their story. Maybe it will take time. Maybe they will elaborate. Maybe they will have many things to share. Be there for them. So listening is very important. So find time on a day-to-day basis to just listen to them, listen to the story fully, and we are listening not to give an answer or guidance or whatever suggestion it is. We are listening for the sake of listening. Number 4, understand the love language of your children. We already said there are 5 love languages. That's all famous nowadays. 5 love languages: acts of service, quality time, words of affirmation, receiving gifts, and physical touch. Do you know your kids' love language? Oh, what is this love language and all? I know my child. I love my child. My children love me. What is this love language? It's not like that. These things help us, they ease us. And who has got the time in this fast world? And then we all have our mobile phones, our entertainment, our passions, our dreams on one side, plus uplifting children, and children will have their own ups and downs. So who has the time for all this? So if we clearly know what is the love language of our child, trust me, it helps you tremendously. So take time to evaluate your child's love language. So, for example, if you know that your child's love language is act of service, meaning doing something for your children. Some children will not regard you as a loving parent unless you do something for them. You might set a good example, you might be a good role model, but if you're not cooking food for them, if you're not doing something for them, they do not regard it as love because that is their love language. So, so if you understand that, do things for them respectfully, meaning you came from work and then your child demands cooking something and you're irritated, but still out of love, you somehow manage to cook, but all the while, maybe not saying good words, saying, okay, otherwise, always it's me who has to do everything. Nobody does here anything. It's always me. See, you're doing the activity for them, but what energy are you putting in? So whatever we are doing, do it respectfully. So this is act of service. This also means when you are giving like charity to someone, let children join you, let them accompany you. Everything with mindfulness, with respect, do the act of service. Doing itself is not important. How we do, the intention behind that, the actions behind that, the alignment of body, mind, everything in aligned with the purpose. That all matters. Children catch all these small signals very, very minutely. They catch it. They are constantly observing us. So if act of service is your child's body language, do it with love, with respect. Next, words of appreciation. Yeah. Words we can say positively, we can say negatively. Negative words like curses. Yeah, this is a big, big one. Some mothers and some fathers have this bad habit of cursing their children. No parent wants their child to go down, but unfortunately, because we do not know how to regulate the emotions, we might curse them. After your birth, everything happened. Because of you, I did not have any trouble with your elder one. You are the one who is troubling me. See, these are like indirect curses. So curses, they work in the sense because whatever is filled with emotion, it goes directly into the subconscious mind. And our mind starts acting on that. So in a way, it's not the person who curses that makes the curse fruitful or effective. It is the interpretation and the part that we take it and make it our own, and then it manifests. So whatever we say, we need to ensure it is like positive, it is pure. So negative words, we need to avoid. Words of appreciation. Yeah, who doesn't like to hear a good word? It makes your day, isn't it? Somebody compliments you, gives you some form of praise or appreciation. Who doesn't like it? So words of appreciation always helps a person to, it just lifts the other person up. So our communication needs to be loving and kind. And for that, we need to ensure as parents that our emotions are stable, under control, and we do not make our children the victims of our emotions. So words of appreciation always, always, always helps children to come up in life. Words of appreciation, especially at bedtime. See, throughout the day, you might have your own thing, stuff going on in the head, and it's difficult for you. So, at bedtime, if you make it a routine to go to your child and say how much you love them, it makes a big difference. If you have love, don't keep it inside your heart and then later on you get a heart attack because you're suppressing. Even love is a good emotion, but you're all feeling and keeping it inside with you. No, let it out. If you love your kid, just say it and show it. Say it and show it. So saying is, I love you, and it's not easy in many culture to say love because there is a belief or a feeling that they know it is already there. Why I need to say? No, you need to say, because out there are many people to catch hold of children. They might fall in many traps we do not know. So give them love. Giving them love doesn't mean that we are not going to correct their mistakes. Of course, we will do, but not as punishment. Yeah. Punishing children, verbally abusing them, means they go far away from parents because deep inside they will be confused. They will be suspicious. Is my parent really loving me? Because I don't hear that. Because for such children, words of appreciation, their auditory sense is very strong. So they have to hear words of appreciation. In general, everybody likes to hear good words. If you are connected with your own self, sometimes if we lose connection with ourselves, even the body language is something, but we go very far away from that. Yeah. Next one is touch, another big area. See, touch. Touch is very important, not only for children, it is very important for everyone, especially for children, because through touch, many things are conveyed. Understanding. If when we are sad, or we have many examples from our own life, somebody pats on our shoulder or somebody just rubs our hand, and then it means that they are reassuring us when we faced a loss. Touch means empathy, touch means support, touch means many things. Touch means love, intimacy, care. So whenever, it's always a good practice to hug your children. Age doesn't matter. And mother hugging sons, father hugging daughters, you can in your own way, because touch is the easiest way to convey that you love a person. So do not withhold that. So yeah, and especially when you have to convey some deep message, look into their eyes and then have some connection, have some bonding. Because with touch, what happens is we release many neurotransmitters. One is endorphins are released. These are the natural painkillers. So that's why massage always works, because natural painkillers are released in the body and you feel really good. Not only that, oxytocin is released, the cuddling hormone or the bonding, the love hormone, whatever we say, it is released when we touch a person. So see the benefits. Also, stress gets reduced because of this. Why? Because cortisol gets lower. The value is low because of touch. So there is no anxiety. You are at your best. Why? Because stress is under control. So that is why touch is very, very important. Unfortunately, some parents do not like this touch. In that case, maybe appoint someone for getting a massage done for your child. Anyways, in some form, we need the touch, or have pets in the house. It is also said that skin complaints are very less in people who get this touch regularly. So, for whatsoever reason, for health, for happiness, you name it, touch is very, very important. Next, quality time. It is not just time, it is not quantity time, it is quality time. So, our time, we need, if your child has this as His or her love language means they are checking on you. Are you giving them the quality time? You're sitting with them with your own phone. No, that is not quality time. You're lecturing them, guiding them, correcting them, commanding them. No, that is not quality time. Quality time means having short, small talks with them. It can be about their favorite movie, their favorite celebrities, sports, cars, their friends, their small mischiefs in school, their passion, their dreams, whatever it is. Quality time means playing, dancing, singing, talking, reading, not lecturing, not trying to teach them something. Quality time means both parties are having fun. Both are enjoying the moment. So quality time with full attention. Yeah, see this picture? At the level of the child, the person's head is, see, so that there is direct eye-to-eye contact and holding. So touch, quality time, full attention, eye-to-eye contact. Eye-to-eye contact is very important, irrespective of age. Why? Because through eyes, there is trust that is conveyed to the other person. Love is conveyed. So make an eye contact and then see the magic happening. Yeah, gifts. For some children, gifts are very important. So make sure you give them respectfully. Yeah, that's it about gifts. Then artistic parenting number 5. Entrust age-appropriate task and responsibility to children. Most of the time we hear about old age homes. Parents are there, children living their own lives, and parents complaining, my child doesn't, he sends money and all, it's okay, but then he is not there to check on us, he is not talking, he is not visiting. It doesn't mean the child doesn't like you, it simply means the child is not prone to this kind of expression of love. Why? Because maybe we do not know as a parent, maybe you were giving everything for your child. Let my child study, let my child prepare well for the exam. So I don't allow my child to enter into the kitchen, to do laundry, to press the clothes. Everything is done for the child. So at that age, what the child has to do, the child is not permitted to do. So how can we expect children after an age to do the age appropriate things? So this is very, very important. If your child is 5 year old, at that age, what do you think is appropriate? Small, small tasks, bring that, take this, give that, go to grocery, buy something, or do small, small tasks, very important. So entrust age appropriate task and responsibility to your children. That is actually love. It's not that we allow them to sit and study, do whatever they love, because as a child I had to go through pain, so let my child not suffer, let me give him or her all the happiness in this world. Along with that, entrust entrust them with some responsibilities that is for their own benefit. Yeah, next one, artistic parenting number 6. Yeah, when facing with a problem, demonstrate solving it peacefully. Have a Mr. Cool or Miss Cool or Mrs. Cool attitude. When facing a problem, demonstrate solving it peacefully. I know a mother, when an issue comes, she just says, oh, I don't know, my God, what is happening? No, show a cool attitude. So, children, we all know this. See, parenting tip is nothing new. We all know. But then, where do we make the maximum mistakes? Where we know. If we do not know, no mistakes. So, where we know something, we are most likely to make mistakes. I will not make any mistake in Chinese language. Why? Because I do not know the language. So, when facing a problem, demonstrate solving it peacefully. So, that is a task for the parent, isn't it? That is a real task for the parents. So, any past baggage, clear it, release it, observe silence, see if you get the alignment right, see if you are contented with your own self. In such a situation, you will, with a cool head, try to resolve an issue, and your child is going to see that and just take it. Next, yeah. Artistic parenting tip number 7 is choose the right parenting style. there are 4 main parenting styles, and most of the time, what we received, we give. What we got, we give. So if I was brought up by an authoritative parent, most likely I will impart that to my children. Likewise, let's see the 4 parenting styles. Authoritarian parenting style. So do not get confused. This is authoritarian. Here, boss slave is a relationship. This is the easiest way to remember. Parent is a boss, child is a slave. Any mistake, even the smallest of smallest mistakes, will be punished severely. So that is an authoritarian parent. My rules, just follow, just obey. I know better. I know everything. Hmm? You need not say anything. I know what is best for you. Just follow, just follow. So this is one way, like a boss to a slave. So is any slave happy? So such children will not be happy. They will always be in fear. So they are more likely to get anxiety or panic attacks, and they will not have the confidence. Slavery means dependency. So such children will always be dependent on others. So is this a good parenting style? See, we have 2 things to remember here. One is love, the other one is control. Authoritarian parents usually have control. They do not have love. Maybe, if lucky, such children will come up in life. Otherwise, there is a tendency because, see, here, smallest mistakes will be punished. So, what the child thinks, oh, I don't want punishment. So, I shouldn't make mistakes. So, I shouldn't do anything. So, such children will be totally withdrawn, isolated, like nothing matters to me. I'm good for nothing kind of thing. Or they can be antisocial. Why? Because what all pain I got, I have to give it to someone. And they will be like heartless, like no empathy. So this is not a good parenting style. Next one, check if you had your parent as an authoritarian parenting style. If so, you will have traits of that. You need to work on that. Next is Second category is permissive parenting. It is divided into 2 types. It can be overindulgent or it can be negligent type. So what is common to both of these is such parents actually do not care to correct the mistakes of children. They do not care about it. Let us see. It is interesting actually. We think parents love their children. So how come they don't correct their mistakes? One is overindulgent parent, helicopter parenting. The parents' physical presence will always be there. Like an helicopter, they will be around you. You just need to call, Dad, I need this. Okay. Your dad will inquire everything, whatever possible, he will do. So the child feels, my dad or my mom is the best parent ever. And even you will have your friends envying you. Oh God, you are really blessed to have such a father. Is it a real blessing? Out of love, they are doing, but then when will the child learn to do things? So such children will usually they lack confidence, decision making power very poor, leadership qualities even very very poor. Why? Because they don't know what to do, when to do, how to do. They have lots of limitations. Why? Because they have never done anything in life. All they did is just inform their parent that I need this. That's all. The parent is the one who does everything. So in a way, we are spoiling such children in the name of love. So helicopter parenting, overindulgent parenting, not a good idea at all. Think such a child gets married. Think of the condition of the spouse. Spouse has to do everything because the child's belief is the world is there for me. Everybody, they will do for me. I need not adjust with anything. I need not compromise. They have to do that. See? In the name of love, what are we doing? So here we have we have no control over the child. So control and love, 2 things we need to get the right balance. So here love is more to the extent that we are spoiling the children. Next one is, so in such children, there will be adjustment disorders. You take them to some hostel for send them to study abroad, they will have complaints because who is there like this parent to do everything for them? So think over this. Next is negligent style. This is called orphanage parenting. As the term suggests, self-explanatory. No care. The child feels, I am nobody. Nobody wants me. Why? Because parents are engaged in their own activity. Unlike overindulgent parent, negligent parents are not there at all. In both cases, nobody is there to correct the child. But here in negligent style of parenting, the child might be impulsive because nobody is there to care for me. So chances of addiction is also more with such children who are brought up with this style of parenting. Check if this is your style of parenting. Next is the ideal one. Actually, no ideal parenting. It is customized. Like every family is different. Every child is unique. More or less, this is regarded as one of the finest parenting styles because there is a balance of love and discipline. Authoritative. This is stiff. Authoritative parenting. See this kite image. You have the thread in your hand and you give the freedom to your child. So you give them the roots, you give them the wings. That means there is a balance. You discipline them, there is a time and order for everything. Wake up time is more or less the same, sleeping time is the same. There is time for food, for playing, for fun. And then at the same time, there is freedom. So this is the roots and wings are appropriately given to the child. So this is authoritative parenting. It means they have the freedom to talk. Any issues they will come and share with parents, and then such parents can actually sleep happily. Even though their children work abroad, study abroad, these parents do not have any issue. Why? Because they gave them the roots, they gave them the wings, and they are there for them. And the children realize this, children will be on the right track. So these are the 4 parenting styles. Evaluate which is your parenting style and which one do you want to have actually. Authoritative is a good style, good parenting style. Yeah. So coming to the last part, activity for the week. What good words will I tell my children tonight? To each of your children, what good words would I want to tell them? So every day, just highlighting genuinely what they are good at, or in general, like unconditional strokes or conditional strokes, whatever it is, what good words am I going to tell my child tonight? Think over it and go to each of your children, or if they are somewhere far away from you, call them, let them know how much you love them through the words, and what do you value the most in them. Let them know that. Let them feel love. So that's it for today. Thank you. So let us conclude. Hope you will practice this activity. See you next time. Thank you. Bye bye.